With that down, let's move on to main topic number 4. And our fourth main topic today gets submitted to us by Jacob, who writes, I love the James Bond films, and I can't wait for No Time to Die. Man, the trailers have been great. Though I can't help but think this is the last time we'll see James Bond on screen. With the marketing claiming that everything will change. Yeah, but every single movie says everything will change. Anyway, and Barbara, I've always said Barbara Broccoli, but apparently it is actually pronounced broccoli.
Yes!
Barbara Broccoli, recent comments, it's leading me to believe that Lashana Lynch's Naomi will take up the mantle, the 007 mantle, going forward. What do you think? All right, thanks a lot for sending that in, Jacob. So for those of you who aren't up to speed on what's going on here, Lashana Lynch apparently is going to be the new 007. She is not the new James Bond. Because remember, what's being set up in this movie is apparently James Bond has been retired from the service for a few years. So another agent took that number. There's 004, 009, there's 007. So she apparently took on that new designation as 007. She's not the new James Bond. She's just the agent that happens to take on that number since James Bond no longer uses it. Barbara Broccoli recently made a comment talking about, could we ever see a female James Bond? To which Barbara Broccoli said, no. She said, I could see him being white, black, Asian, all that kind of stuff, but James Bond inherently is a male character, and we're always going to have James Bond as a male character. That has led a number of people, like Jacob is mentioning here, to speculate that maybe what's going to happen moving forward is that, yeah, James Bond will be gone, and they're not going to call it James Bond anymore, but all these movies will be based around the new 007 being played by Lashana Lynch, who's great, by the way. They're not going to do that. They're not going to do that. Now, what I could see them doing, possibly maybe, is a spin-off situation. I could see Lashana Lynch's, you may even want to call it, I can't remember the name of her character. Naomi? Nomi? Okay, so say 007 Nomi and like having a spin-off. I could see that. I could totally see that. Maybe it'll be awesome. Don't know. I'll have to see this movie first to see if I like the character. But I could see them doing something like that. But James Bond is the brand. That's the brand of this franchise. So, and by the way, it is a great Hollywood tradition of who's the next Bond. That's as much of a Hollywood tradition as the Oscars are themselves. Who's the next Bond, right? So I really don't think that's going to be the situation at all. I totally think they're going to recast James Bond, probably start a new story, whatever, but I don't see them moving forward without a James Bond character. I think that one is pretty much locked in the bag. Aaron, you know, anything can happen in Hollywood. Anything can happen in Hollywood. We know that. We've seen it 1,000 times. But what do you think the chances are that they actually retire the character James Bond and just move forward with these spy movies without him?
0. Like, that's absolutely... First of all, I love the fact that they're moving forward and giving the 007 handle to another character. I think that Lashana Lynch is going to be amazing. It's going to be really exciting to see what that brings to the franchise. But we're going to see whoever... And she's going to have several movies. And at some point, the new James Bond, maybe James Bond becomes a 004. He gets another 00 whatever. But it's not really about that. I mean, I know that we put so much, historically, it's always been 007, but let it go. We'll all let it go. We'll be fine. There will be someone who will come up and his name will be James Bond. I mean, there's already been lots of talks about it. Idris Elba's name has been bandied about. Jack Houston's name has been very seriously discussed for a long time. Who's that handsome Henry that I like so much?
Henry Cavill?
No, not that one.
But remember, speaking of Henry Cavill, remember when Daniel Craig was auditioning for the role of James Bond, it came down to him and one other guy who was Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill was the runner-up to get that role. So a lot of people, and after seeing Henry Cavill in Man from U.N.C.L.E., a lot of people are going, ooh, Tom Hiddleston's another guy that has been in the discussions about a James Bond character. There's a lot of really good. Who's Golding? You're thinking Henry Golding.
Henry Golding. Oh my geez, Louise. By
the way, do you see this product? They put out the first picture of him shooting Snake Eyes. Did you
see
he
that?
Naked? No, sorry. I apologize. He is not naked. No, but Henry Golding. Oh, by the way, you still haven't seen Gentlemen.
No, I haven't.
If you like Henry Golding, you got to see Gentlemen.
I know. I might do a double feature of Gentlemen and Birds of Prey this weekend.
All right. Well, I pulled us off on a tangent, so I apologize.
So I definitely think that we're absolutely going to see James Bond again. I think we need a little after No Time to Die. And here's the thing: it's great, you know, Barbara Broccoli. love your fucking name because it's such a great vegetable. I
Because it's such a great vegetable.
Is there anything wrong with broccoli? No. Although broccoli rabe, ew, it's too bitter. I can't handle that. So what was I talking about? Oh yeah, Barbara Broccoli's comments. She's doing great by saying, "Oh, buy, act now, last chance offer. No Time to Die is your last chance to see James Bond, and there'll never be another Bond movie." Blah blah blah.
She's never said that though. That's the thing. People
right,
are
but that's what people
interpreting
are
that.
interpreting.
Yeah.
So we're all like speculating. Oh, this might be the last Bond, so we have to rush out and see this particular movie. Let's face it, we need a little bit of a break from Bond. We don't want to wear out the brand, and then the new one, Henry Golding is going to pop up and be like, "I'm Bond. James Bond," and everybody's gonna freak out and go, "Oh my god!" And now there's another. He's gonna like pop up in one of Lashana's films, one of the 007 films, and then we're gonna get a taste of it and go, "Oh my gosh! When's the next Bond movie gonna come out?" And then several years later, that's when he'll pop up with his own film.
See, I think by the end of this movie, I think James has come out of retirement. I think Lashana gives up the number, and Lashana becomes like 008 or.
She
something
just
along
got
those
the
lines.
number. Why does she have
The
to give
number's
it
not
up?
important. It's just to them. It's just it's an employee number. That's all.
I
it
know.
is.
So maybe James Bond can be 001.
Oh no! If
or-
Wayne Gretzky comes out of retirement, I don't care who else is wearing 99. You give him back 99.
if it's just an employment number, why does it matter, John?
Because like if Kobe came out of retirement when he was still living, if he came out of retirement, you bet they would give him back his number. They would totally
I
give
have
him back
some
his
really
number.
bad news for you, John.
I know, but I'm saying is that's the thing when a certain person embodies that number, and I think what they're going to do is Lashana at the end of this movie, I think Lashana is going to pull this like really classy move and go, like give him his ID badge, give him his new printed ID badge, and he goes, "This is yours," and he's got the 007 again. I think they're going to do something really cool like that.
Yeah, no, I'm
Oh,
not. No,
totally.
I'm sorry. I hate to pull this, and people are gonna like flip out on the comments, but she has earned 007.
Not as much as James Bond.
She has earned it. He gave it up just because he decides, no, never mind, I want my toy back. Doesn't mean that she should have to give it back to him.
No
I'm telling-
takesy backsies.
But
No takesy backsies.
No, I'm telling you, and it'll be the classic thing because he's James Bond. He's earned it more. Anyway, Chris,
like
let's go
women
over
are
to you.
constantly having to give
What do you
shit
think
back.
about all this?
I mean, why can't we just be like El Paso taco shells? Why not both?
I don't understand
We
that
can.
reference.
Have you not seen this meme? There's a little commercial of why not both about crunchy tacos and like just regular tacos.
Oh,
I have not.
So, guys, go on the internet. What the heck? So, you have the 007 movie with, Nomi's character doing stuff. And then later on, we can get more stuff with James Bond. These Ian Fleming novels aren't anything new, y'all. The franchise isn't new. We can have a James Bond in any point in time. So whenever they do decide to reboot this, which they will, James Bond and another 007 who's female can exist at the same time, and the world's not going to implode. So we can have both of these kinds of movies, and this franchise as a whole can keep bringing in money. I think that's the route that you go. You just have this thing and this other thing. Try them both out. See what works.
Here's the thing too. This is what, and I haven't heard this from anywhere, so I could be totally wrong about this. But I also believe that once this movie is done, I believe this James Bond universe is done. I
Okay.
believe when they recast, I don't think they're going to bring in Henry Golding and go, "I have taken on the moniker James Bond." I think when they start with Henry Golding, not that I'm saying it's going to be Henry Golding, I'm just saying, I think when they start the new James Bond with the new James Bond, with the new actor, I think it's going to be, this has always been James Bond kind of world. So it'll be interesting to see what they
you
do.
know what
Kind of
I
like they've
want to
always done.
see? I want to see Jack Houston as James Bond, but a throwback. Like I want to see
Like a Roger Moore.
Yes,
kind
like
of.
a 1960s.
Exactly.
I want to see a Bond girl with a really good name, like Octopussy. Like that was a good Bond girl name.
All right,
I
guys.
want to see a 40-something-year-old Bond girl,
Oh, they've done it.
maybe a blonde one. Who's got a deep voice.
Who's the girl in
Sorry,
Matrix 2?
I got.
Who
I'm
was the girl in
fucking
Matrix
unemployed.
2?
I'm constantly looking
like
for
one
jobs.
of the sexiest women alive. The Italian
Oh,
actress.
Monica Bellucci.
Bellucci.
Yeah.
Oh, she was a Bond girl.
Yeah,
She can
was.
still be a Bond girl.
Halle Berry
yeah.
could still be a Bond
Halle
girl.
Berry could totally still be a Bond girl. Anyway, question is, guys, what do you think about all this? How would you approach it? Jump on down in the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. All right.